Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to Sports Performance and Mindset Reset. Today, we're going to be doing our Strength Power Day. We're going to do about 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest / transition time. In terms of equipment today, we do need one set of dumbbells. Always recommend two, but I would like us to grab a heavier dumbbell than we normally do. I know we're working for a little bit longer, but we really want to get a lot of strength out of this. And so keeping the reps lower throughout that time is really what we're aiming for today. So that's it for the weighted aspects of today. But we're going to go ahead. I'm going to just go through real quick because we've done this workout quite a few times. So I'm just going to go real quick, reminding y'all what we're doing. So we're starting with a dumbbell alternating snatch. So we're going to have the dumbbell in between our feet. So one dumbbell, feet hip width apart, dumbbell is in between. We're going to squat down, knees over the second toe, getting down as low as we can, coming up, driving that elbow. So if we have a plane of glass at our shoulders, we break the glass and then come up. So that's going to be our alternating snatch. And then we're going to go ahead and do some push presses here. So we're going to grab our dumbbells. We're going to have them right over the shoulders, and then we're going to come up above head and then use those legs. So using the legs to help our arms, it's just a slight bend in the knee and pushing those heels through the ground. So nothing too crazy, not a squat to press, just a slight bend in the knee. And then for this next one, feel free, you can drop your dumbbells, you can use weights, whatever you want to do. I'm going to do body weight because my body is killing me right now. We're going to go ahead in the top of our space. We're going to do a reverse lunge into a knee drive. We're going to do all on one leg and then all on the other leg. So we're going to step back into our reverse lunge. We're going to come up, driving that knee, being explosive. We're going to hold for 3 seconds at the top and then back down. So keep that core tight, exhale, come up, and then we'll do the same thing again on the other side. But if you want to go ahead and jump there, feel free. I'm definitely not doing that today. But if you would like to challenge yourself, go ahead and jump at the top instead of just driving the knee. And then finally, we're going to end with some drop squats here. So this one is really good, focusing on our landing mechanics. It's very similar to a jump squat, but we're not actually going to be jumping. We're just dropping. So we're going to be on our toes, reaching up towards the ceiling, and we're going to drop down to the ground, gather ourselves, push the ground away like a regular squat. So from this angle over here, starting tall, dropping down, and then resetting. So that is going to be the full circuit for today. I wanted to try and give us a little bit more time for the warm up. I know I need it today. So we're going to go ahead and come to the top of our space. We're going to start out here with, actually, sorry, we're not doing that. We're doing a half kneeling here. We're going to do hip flexor hamstring to start. So we're going to do 2 on each side here. So we're going to tuck our pelvis, squeeze the glute, and push those hips forward. We're going to take a nice big deep breath into the belly. And exhale, rock the hips back, chest towards the knee, toes to the ceiling. We're stretching out our hamstring. Again, nice big deep breath here. And we're exhaling, coming back forward. So we're doing that this last one on this side. So squeeze that glute, push those hips forward. We're going to feel that opening up the front of the hip. Big deep breath. And exhale, rock the hips back, toes to the ceiling, chest to the knee. Big deep breath. And we can go ahead and exhale and come out of that. And then we're going to go ahead and switch our knee and our foot. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. So we're tucking the pelvis, we're squeezing that glute, and we are pushing our hips slightly forward. Really keep that glute squeeze. It's going to help us release the front of the hip. Big deep breath. And we're exhaling, we're rocking our hips back, chest towards the knee. Getting that nice stretch through the back of the leg. Nice big deep breath here. And exhale, rocking back forward. The last hip flexor here. So squeeze the glute. Keep that core engaged. You want to bring that core together and push those hips forward. Nice big deep breath. And exhale, rock the hips back, toes to the ceiling, chest towards the knee. And on our next exhale, we can go ahead and release out of that. And then we're going to go ahead and make our way on our hands and knees. And from here, we're gonna do some plank to pike. So we're gonna tuck those toes. We're gonna push our hips up into that pike position so we can pedal the heels out. We're opening up the upper back and we're coming back to plank and pushing up to pike and back to plank. We're gonna do 2 more coming up and back down. And last one coming up. And then when we're ready, we're gonna go ahead and walk our hands towards our feet. We're not gonna go back to plank. And then we're gonna go ahead and stand on up. And then, do we have time to do this? Yes, we do. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do one more warm-up thing. We're gonna do a deep squat with rotation. So this one's gonna really open up our hips, get our upper back warmed up as well. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna push our hips back, grab onto our toes. And from here, keeping those feet hip width apart, we're gonna bring the hips down into a deep squat. So we're getting down as far as we can. And we're gonna keep our hands out in front. We're gonna exhale. We're gonna rotate, opening up and back down and exhaling to the other side and back down. Opening up again and down. And we're gonna go ahead and do one more. Opening up as we exhale and back. All right, so we can go ahead, grab our toes, push our hips up. And when we're ready, we can go ahead and stand all the way up. We are ready to rock and roll. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started here with the timer. So we're gonna do 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest / transition time. I gather myself here. Like I said, body's feeling a little rough this morning, but we're gonna do it. We're getting ready here. 3, 2, 1, and go. So we got our alternating snatches. So keeping that dumbbell in between our feet. Bringing the knees right over our second toe, squatting down as low as we can. When we explode up, we're driving that elbow up. So we're here, we're gonna exhale, coming up and back down. So drive through those heels and then drive that elbow up. So the elbow is leading up. Really important here that as we bend down, we're not here. So I see this pretty often. We're here and then we use that back. So you can see that my back is rounded. Want to be down as low as we can and drive up. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, we have push presses. We're gonna go ahead and grab our other dumbbell. So again, slight bend of the knee. 3, 2, 1. So we're coming down, slight bend of the knee, straight overhead. Really important here, keep that core tight. We're trying not to arch the back. So if we feel like we cannot get the weight up without our upper back moving in that direction, let me know. That means we need to work a little bit more on the upper body and overhead mobility. So we can definitely work through that. You can always go to a stretch break, or you can reach out to me directly, and I'm more than happy to help you out with that. I know I've struggled with it in the past. Great job. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up we have reverse lunge with a knee drive. So we're stepping back. We're doing all on one leg and then all on the other leg. Getting ready. 3, 2, 1. So we're stepping back, front knee over the second toe, chest over the arch of the front foot, driving up, holding for 3 seconds and back down. So if you're starting to feel it in the hip when you're holding that knee up, really try and bring that core together and in. So bring the belly button to the spine, zip that core up and exhale as we drive up. That's going to help really engage the core instead of the hip flexor. But it is also a great way to strengthen the hip flexors, because sometimes when they're tight, not necessarily that they're just like really tight. I know obviously they are, but sometimes it's caused by a weakness. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So we're getting ready. Again, if you wanna use your dumbbells for this, feel free. I am not. 3, 2, 1. So keeping that weight forward. If we're feeling it in the back leg, the goal is to feel it in the front leg. So what happens when we feel it in the back leg, we're stepping back too far and our chest is too far up. I feel that all in my back leg. So if we really want to feel it in that front leg here. So we keep that weight forward. Our hips are still moving back. Our knees still over that second toe. But when we bring that weight forward and push the hips back, that's where we get that good glute engagement from the front leg. Great job. And again, I've said this a few times already today. 3, 2, 1. All right. What's the last movement here? Oh, drop squats. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then we'll start back at the top. And then we'll do 2 more times through. 3, 2, 1. So nice and tall on the toes. Try not to fall forward. And drop down into our squat and then push the ground away like we're literally just doing a regular everyday squat. So coming up on the toes, we're landing nice and soft. As you can hear, you don't hear my feet. So we're not here and jumping down. I don't want anyone to be hearing their feet. We want to be nice and soft. We want to be nice to our joints. So we want to protect those. So we're coming up. And like I said, this was really good for our landing mechanics. So it teaches us how to land softly going into our hips. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're starting back at the top. We have dumbbell snatches. So we're grabbing our dumbbell. Man, my foot doesn't fit under that. Dumbbell is in between the feet. 3, 2, 1. So again, knees over the second toe. Grabbing down, getting that butt low as far as we can. If the butt is too high, we're going to use the back. So butt is down as low as we can. Our legs are helping our arms out here. And we're going to go the other side. So again, the elbow comes up. So acting like we're breaking glass that's at our shoulders. We also want to keep that weight as close to us as we can and then rotate opening up and above our head. So I see it happen that the dumbbell's out here. We want it to really be nice and close. 3, 2, 1. All right, grabbing the other dumbbell. We got push presses. Okay, we are going in 3, 2, 1. So again, slight bend in the knee. And driving those heels through the ground, keeping our hands at a 45-degree angle. So my elbows are in front and the dumbbell. So I get this question actually quite a bit. So when I say 45-degree angles here of our elbow, my hand and the dumbbell are parallel with the bicep. So that's what we want to aim for. So we don't need to have our elbows out and our hands forward. That's going to hurt your shoulders. We want to turn them slightly in. Great job. 3, 2, 1. All right. So we have reverse lunges next. And again, either with or without the dumbbells. You got to listen to your body. If you're tired, like my body is tired, drop those weights down. 3, 2, 1. I find when our body is fatigued, it's easier. Also, I feel like on Fridays, most of us are a little bit more tired than we are the rest of the week, especially if you had a long week or if you've got a lot of classes, got a lot of workouts. I know I've taught, like, this is my 10th class so far this week or something. So my body is tired. I've also done my own training all week. So we got to listen and we got to be nice to our bodies. So more is not always better. So we don't always need to push more. Sometimes we need to pull back and let our body and our mind recover from all of the stress we put on our bodies. 3, 2, 1. And I really point that out too, because working out is also a stressor on the body. So if we're stressed at work, we're stressed at the gym from working out. 3, 2, 1. We start to create, I call it a recovery hole. And so what happens if we're stressed, we keep working out, our recovery is getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So we need to take more and more and more rest to kind of build that back up. So rest is not always a bad thing. You're not a bad health and fitness person if you take rest. We all really need rest. So I know that I'm teaching a class preaching about rest, but seriously, if you're listening to this and you're feeling tired, pause, do it again at a different time. That is always okay to do. Great job. We're finishing strong. 3, 2, 1. All right. Now we got our drop squats, and then we're gonna go through one more time, and then we're gonna do a quick cool down and our mindset reset, which I think is really gonna be important today. 3, 2, 1. So coming all the way up, then we gather ourselves at the bottom, push the ground away. So that bottom of the drop squat is just like a regular squat here. So knees over the second toe, chest is in the middle. We're wearing our logo proud. Our back is flat because our core is engaged, so zipping that core up. So all the same things we do for regular squats. I don't want to call them regular squats, but they like the general sense of the word of squats. Driving those heels through the ground, getting that good glute engagement here. 3, 2, 1. All right. One more round, and then we'll do a quick cool down. We're gonna reset everything. All right, 3, 2, 1. So dumbbell in the middle. Just gonna go this way. So again, remembering, making sure our butt is below, our hips are below the knees ever so slightly. When our hips are above the knees, we're bending over. So try and get those hips at least to the same level of the knees, driving through those heels. If you're having trouble getting that butt down, again, same thing with the upper body mobility, we need to work on those hips. So let me know. Again, I can give you some movements to help with the hips, or you can come to stretch breaks. We definitely do a lot of hips up there. 3, 2, 1. And so if you didn't know, we do offer stretch breaks Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific. So you can join on the Zoom link that you can find on SharePoint. 3, 2, 1. We got push presses. So you can find that on SharePoint. Or if you aren't sure if you have the correct link, reach out, let me know. I'll be able to send that to you. We do also have recordings of past stretch breaks on our YouTube channel. The most recent one I think is from last year. There might be one from this year, but just if you would like new ones or you want more, definitely let us know. I'm more than happy to record some of those for y'all, or even just if you have certain stretches you'd like to do, let me know. Again, I'm more than happy to film some of that. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got our reverse lunges and then drop squats. We're done. So getting ready at the top of our space. 3, 2, 1. Also seeking of classes and lunchtime classes. We do have Jane's going to start teaching some 12 o'clock classes next week. And then I'm going to try and get our splash theme going. So I'll have that for total body strength as well. Maybe next week for cardio, we'll just do the splash workout too. So if you would like to see splash in this class, let me know. I know this class is usually set up a little bit differently, but it is cardio day next week. So if we want a more fun cardio movement workout, let me know. More than happy to do that. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got our last leg, and then drop squats. And then we're gonna be on the ground, we're gonna do child's pose. 3, 2, 1. So stepping back, driving through that heel, big toe, little toe. That one was a little slow, but we want to act like we're breaking a plane of glass at our hips. Great job. Holding for 3 seconds. I know these shoes are really not the best for balance. So sometimes if we're having trouble with balance, it's not just us. Sometimes it's what we're wearing on our feet. The best connection we can get is if we are barefoot, is the best connection we can get from the ground. Everything starts with the foot and how it's interacting with the ground. That can create back issues. 3, 2, 1. So anything going on with the foot can create, if you have like back issues, it might even be from the shoes you're wearing and your feet. So always good to keep that in mind. We got our drop squats. 3, 2, 1. All the way up on our toes, dropping down. So going down as low as we can, staying light on our feet, coming up as high as we can on those toes. Our feet are not necessarily leaving the ground either when we drop. We're literally coming here and lowering our toes as we drop ourselves. So again, this is really great for landing mechanics. It can be really good to learn again. Just like if we're running, the way our feet touch the ground and the way we push off, this is going to be helpful for that. So it's not just for, basketball players. 3, 2, 1, and we are done. So go ahead and you can grab a sip of water if you need it. We're going to be on the ground, like I said. We're going to do child's pose. So hands and knees, and we can take those knees a little bit wider than hip width. And then I like to bring mine out way further than I normally do, opening up those hips. And we're gonna go ahead and rock our glutes towards the heels. Walk our hands out, forehead, chin, or cheek to the ground. And we're gonna do some deep breathing. Oh my goodness, breathing into the mat, the hot air is coming back up. I don't like that. But we're gonna do it nice and slow, in through the nose. Exhaling even longer through the mouth. Calming that body down. With each inhale, I want us to breathe into the belly, feeling the hips and the low back expand. And then as we exhale, I want to let your hips and your armpits get closer to the ground. That's what's going to help us really calm the body down, calm our heart rates down, get our bodies ready to eat breakfast or just kind of start the day off on the right foot there. And let's go ahead and do one more deep breath here. And after that last exhale, we're going to go ahead and come out of that. And then we can go ahead and from the hands and knees, we'll make our way on our backs. We're just going to do some breathing and mindset reset on the back. So you can either have your legs straight out or knees bent, whatever is more comfortable. And while we're here, we're going to go ahead and set some intentions. So this is really an important thing to do if we really want to, have a great day, if we have goals that we want to hit. Also, I like to do this to make sure that I'm bringing my best for the day. So I want us to think of a goal that we have. And it could be work, career related, it could be fitness related, it could be family, outside life, whatever you want it to be. Think of one goal. We're just going to do one right now. It could even be A resolution you set at the beginning of the year that maybe you're now realizing that, oh shoot, July is next week. We're halfway through the year now. And I have done nothing to get closer to the goals I set for myself this year. And that is okay. And that's why we're here. We're here to reset that. So with that, we're going to set our intention with that goal. So what is one thing that we can do today that will get us one step closer to that goal? So set that intention. And so we have our item, that one thing that we can do. And how are we going to make that happen? A goal without a plan is just, what's that saying? I don't remember the saying, but we need a plan of action items in order to make that goal happen. So we have to do the work. So this is where we're going to just, what is one thing that we have, the thing that we need to do? How are we going to get there? How are we going to set ourselves up, set the day up, all of that. So now that we have all of those things, the next step here, we're going to make our intention, set the intention of how we're going to show up today. So maybe you have a lot of calls and you're tired, you don't want to go to any of them. Really set the intention of the presence that you're going to have in each of those calls. Or whatever it is that you have for the day that you want to set your intention. How are you going to bring your best self to the day today? What's maybe one or two things that you're going to do or that you need to do in order to be your best self today? And then the next thing I like to do is just set the tone, set that goal. What's one thing that, like, maybe it's related to what we talked about earlier, maybe it's not, but what is one thing that we're determined to get done today? Maybe it's drink a gallon of water. Maybe it's finish a certain work project. Whatever it is, have it in your head. We're going to do one more breath here. And when we're ready, we can wake the body up, move the head side to side. Feel free to stay laying on the ground, but I do actually recommend getting up and writing those intentions down. So the more we can write things down, the better we're going to remember them. So I highly recommend y'all do that today. But great job. I know if your body's tired like mine, that was a little bit rough, but we did great. We got a lot of strength in. And then, like I said, next week is cardio. So let me know if you have any questions. Join in the fun with the Summer Shred Slack challenge. We're posting every day on Slack. So you can join at any time. We got lots of challenges. You can also catch up on past challenges during the week. So it's not like the end of the day, the challenge is over. So let me know if you have any questions. Have a great weekend and I'll see y'all soon.